Welcome, YouTubers, fellow preppers, and survivalists. All-American Prepper coming at you from the bunker. Now, it's obvious that we are having a serious economical crisis in our country, okay? And it's going to get worse. Now, I can make a video about what is causing this, but a lot of people already know. So I'm just going to get down to the meat and potatoes of it, is how to survive this crash, because it's coming. Just look at the price of everything, and it's going to get worse. The BRICS nation, Saudi Arabia taking us off the petrodollar, when all that money that they're holding comes back to America, it's going to devalue the dollar to where it's going to be virtually worthless. So these things I'm telling you, you need to do these as soon as possible, okay? And there's several ways to do it. So just try to bear with me. One way to do it is, if you can find somebody that has property that'll let you put a shed on it. Well, it's a roof over your head, a door you can lock, and for me, you know, I consider that a home. Now, I'm used to living rough, okay? So a lot of people may say, well, I may not consider that a home. Well, if you have to choose between living in a shed or living in a tent, I promise you the shed is much more comfortable. Alright? So that's just one way. And make sure, you know, where you do it at, that it is allowed, because there's a lot of places that you can't do that. Okay? That's one way of doing it. You know, you can go to Buy Here, Pay Here shed, get a small shed for $150 a month, have it paid off in 2 years, to where your home is literally paid off in 2 years. Okay? And if you're on someone else's, just help them out, you know? Say, look, I'll help you out if you let me put my shed there. That's just one way. Another way, okay, is to find some Buy Here, Pay Here property. Save up enough money, put a down payment, because usually when it's Buy Here, Pay Here property, it's paid off in like 2 years compared to 30 years. Because there's no way, I just can't see getting trapped in a 30-year mortgage. And if anything happens in 30 years to where you can't make that payment, you have lost it all. I'm not doing it. No. Okay. So another way is to get you a camper van. Alright? Because me and Little Miss Prepper, we lived in a small compact car for a year. Alright? And I had tents and all, and there were times we'd stay in a tent, but it was just easier and safer to stay inside the vehicle. And man, if we'd had a camper van, wow. So shop around, find you a camper van, and really you just need to find a safe place to park. And when you get that van paid off, or if you pay cash for it, it's done, you know. Because when you buy property, even when you pay it off, you're going to have to pay property tax every year. And you know, I am a conspiracy theorist, but I'm running out of conspiracy theories because they're all coming true. But I do feel that you're going to own nothing and be happy. I believe that they are literally going to just raise property tax up so much to where people just can't afford to pay it. And when you can't pay your property tax, they take your property. All right? So if you want to avoid that, just get you a camper van and live in it. And there's a whole bunch of YouTube channels of how to live comfortable in a van. Alright? I can go through all that, but there's so many channels out there that'll show you how to do it. So you just watch the channels and you will have somewhere to stay instead of, pitching a tent. Alright? Another way to go is get you a boat. Now, me personally, because you can do it with a John boat, a decent sized John boat. There's a lot of videos on that, okay, how to make a boat into a houseboat. Alright? But me, I'm going to get a pontoon boat. I just need the pontoons to be in good shape. And I'm going to build a tiny home on it. Alright? And then you can go to any body of water, unload your boat, and there you go. You got a home. Now, a lot of people say, well, you can't have a houseboat in many places. Well, you're probably right about that. But if you just have a pontoon boat and you got it boxed in, okay, if the game wardens come up saying, hey, you can't be out here living in no houseboat, I'm just tell them, I'm not living out here. I'm on vacation. And literally you can just, if it's good, nice water, because down here in Florida we got filthy lakes, and then we got some nice crystal clear lakes you can do this on, okay? And a lot of them, there's a lot of places where you can go and tuck back in that boat and nobody won't even notice you're there. And like I said, if they come up and say you can't be living out here on a houseboat, just tell them, I'm not living out here. I'm just staying out here a couple days fishing. So if they wake you up in the middle of the night going, you're out here living, go, oh, hell no, I got to get out and check my rods. Thank you for waking me up. But if you do that, there's no property tax, okay? And also, use a trolling motor. A trolling motor runs off batteries, okay? So, you got a trolling motor that runs off batteries. You get you a solar station. You charge those batteries with solar. And then use the trolling motor to get around. And you may have to rig it to where you have more than one trolling motor together. If there's a strong current. But all the places I know, just one trolling motor would work. And it would be somewhere to live if you had nothing else. And no property tax, and no rent to pay, and no electricity to pay because you're running off solar. No fuel for the motor because you're literally, the trolling motor runs off electricity that you're charging with solar. So once you're set up, man, you're literally living for free. And you can catch fish, eat the fish. If the water's good enough, you can scoop the water and boil it and drink it. Or you can scoop the water and filter it and boil it and drink it and use it to bathe on, to bathe with. Okay? I'm just throwing ideas out there to open your mind up, so when this economic crash happens, that you will have some ideas of how you can live without being out there in the weather, like such as a tent. You know, I mean, hell, you get a decent size pontoon boat and build you a sleeping area, a little cooking area. I use a 5-gallon bucket for a toilet. Okay, run your motors off solar, your trolling motor. I mean, that's better than nothing. And me, you know, I'm a redneck. I'm kind of a rough guy, so it sure to hell would. Actually, I would enjoy living that way, to be honest with you. You just eat fish. You can go to shore and forage and hunt, you know, when it's in season. Rabbits, squirrels, birds, gig frogs. I mean, there's always plenty of food around water. That's just nature. That's the way it works. And in bad times, you'll be happy to have that water. So just remember, you know, you can do the shed thing, or you can live in the van life, or you can build the houseboat. And if you're getting harassed too much, if you don't have a vehicle to move that houseboat, well, you can hire someone to pull it somewhere else, and eventually you will find a place where you won't get hassled. Ask me how I know, okay? Because I've lived a lot of ways, and living on a houseboat, man, I really enjoyed that. And the way things are going, a lot of people are going to have to lower their standards of living, or you're not going to make it. You know, stop running your credit cards up trying to stay with your standards of living. You don't have to go out and eat all the time, okay? You can eat beans and rice. You can forage free food. And that foraged food is going to be way more healthy because there's no pesticides, no fertilizers, no weird science crap, okay? And I got a whole playlist of how to forage. I even got some where I'm foraging and then cooking it. So, if you follow this channel and leave in the comments what you would like me to go in depth about of how to survive this economic crash, which I believe is already here. I mean, I try my best not to go to the grocery store. And when I do, I'm just buying food, prep food, you know. Because you can forage, but if you get sick or hurt, then you're going to need that food you got put back. And it's a good investment, because I got food that I bought 2 years ago that if I was to go buy it now, it would cost 3 times as much as I paid for it then. So, again, just in the comments, you know, ask me about the shed thing. I'll make a video just about that. Ask me about the van thing. Well, there's a million videos on YouTube about the van life. Same with the houseboat. There's a million YouTube videos on there. They even show how to build them. So you can watch a lot of them and then just take from this idea and that idea and make it your own the way you would like it. But if you're living on the water like that, you're not paying property tax. You're running all solar, so you don't have an electricity bill. And you'll have a place to live. So it's the All-American Prepper. Just thought I'd put this out there, hoping it'll help somebody and get through what's coming. So please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. Stay ready, stay dangerous, and have a blessed day.